If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today's November 17, 2020, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the Dow Jones closes at all-time new highs. Okay, it did hit a high last week, but it didn't close at all-time new highs. This was an all-time new high. There is a difference. We'll discuss it just in a little bit. But looking at the economic calendar of the day, just one event coming out of the United States, and that's going to be a 3:30 South African time monthly retail sales coming out. Now, this as a backdrop to all the corporate earnings coming out this week. Okay, there's a lot of retailers, major retailers out of the United States, including Home Depot, Walmart, Target, that are coming out with corporate earnings this week. So everybody's eyes are pinned on this number. Now, looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, there's low volatility and low volume on some of the major pairs, but the South African rand continues to get stronger over the US dollar. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. Looking at the Dow Jones closes at all-time new highs. The NASDAQ has a little bit of a hard time closing above that 12K. I'm going to take a look at that. Commodities pretty much unchanged. The stock market is strong across the board, okay? It's not just the high tech. It's not just the old school. It's not just the banks. It's across the board, okay? Lastly, looking at Bitcoin, slowly but surely gaining over 600 points just yesterday in trading. Unbelievable. We'll be discussing a webinar this week discussing trading Bitcoin, so make sure to join us. But first, let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to first take a look here at the Euro USD, and pretty much you can see we're flatlining at this area, but really low volatility. I mean, we traded over 35 pips yesterday, which is really very minuscule for a day like yesterday. Now, looking at the South African rand, which is really very interesting, it's challenging that 1540-ish level. We're right there at that bottom. Look at that, okay? So we are right there and challenging as we make this correctional move. Now, it does need to continue breaking this with some gusto in order for us to make that complete turn down to 1420-ish level. So just be aware of it. Excuse me. Now, looking at the commodities, pretty much unchanged. Gold trading at 1888. Really nothing really to write home about. What is sure is that we're going to be trading between this 1896 and 8070-ish level, as this is really just grasping for just a momentum move. Okay, it has not gotten that momentum move since we did make this correctional move. Okay, so we are a little bit challenged on the upside here. Now, jumping into the Dow Jones, this is what we're talking about. Yesterday, the market surged to all-time highs and closed at all-time highs, okay, at 29,900-ish level. That's significant, okay? The way the market actually closes is very significant because many of the indicators that we use are using close prices. And if the close prices close at all-time highs, that's a bullish day, okay? Just because we go up on a particular day, unless that there's continued buying into the end of the day, okay, like we had yesterday, that's not a sure thing that we've actually met a new high. Okay, so the fact that we did close at 29,900-ish level is quite significant. Okay, now this is really followed by the stocks and also followed by the fact that Moderna, which is another pharmaceutical company, a French pharmaceutical company, has gotten a vaccine also that's 94+% effective of the coronavirus. So this is really great news. I'm happy for this, okay, because it'll mean that there'll be less deaths around the world. Now, jumping at the individual stocks, looking at Apple, okay, we did gain a little bit yesterday, but nothing to write home about. Okay, so the FANG stocks are not taking us that much higher, only mildly higher. But if we look at the, the old school stocks like Alcoa, trading to 1750, guys. Okay, this is really to move this type of stock, okay, above the 1650 is a major accomplishment. Okay, so the fact that the old schools are trading higher is really a very important sign. Now, looking at JP Morgan, also regaining some of that real estate that it lost earlier in the week. Now, jumping into Bitcoin, and lastly, this is really important. We're trading at 16,700-ish level. Yesterday, we were trading at 16,000. This thing is a monster, okay? It does look like it wants to challenge, okay? If we look at a daily chart, it does want to look like it's challenge, a weekly chart. It does look like it's want to challenge. I said it 3 times. 18 to 19,000, okay? That's where my target is for the end of the year. as the market is shifting. Okay, if you remember earlier in the year, we were discussing gold and gold was going to go higher, but gold kind of faded off, and now Bitcoin is the one that's in play. Okay, so all focus is at Bitcoin. It could certainly go another 1,000, 2,000 points easy. So just keep it on your radar. Wait for that pullback to actually jump in. I mean, if you look at a 30-minute chart, look at that. I mean, there's almost no place to really buy it in any pullback, okay, because it's so strong. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.